In the name of Almighty God, the most compassionate and the most merciful, I mean Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Once again, I welcome you all, my lovely brothers and sisters, all over the world, to your own channel. It is our 6th lecture on Chapter 2, and we will have our best examples related to Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. And these are the questions and much more interesting questions we have. If you know how to solve such questions, then skip the video. If you don't know, please do not skip the video. When I write the questions, pause the video, write and solve it by your own self on your own notebooks. If you couldn't, then please click on the button of the play and see how I solve the questions. By the way, please pick up your notebooks with a pen and we will start our lecture. Please. By the way, question number 11. A is 10 minus 2 sine x divided by 3. Now A includes integer number. What's the summation of the A? One thing we know is that the codomain of sine x is between +1 and -1. Am I right or not? But our question is not sine x. It is 10 minus 2 sine x divided by 3. So we have to make the form of 10 minus 2 sine x divided by 3 in here. It means first we have to put -2. So I will multiply both sides by -2. This -1 becomes +2. This is changed. It's -2 sine x. Am I right or not? It's changed also -2. Second, we have to put 10 in both sides. So I will add both sides by +10. So what do we have? 10 plus 2, 10 minus 2 sine x, and 10 minus 2. This is 10 plus 2 is 12. It's 10 minus 2 sine x, and 10 minus 2, 8. Am I right or not? Or we can write this one also, because in equalities we put the less number in the left side and the greater in the right side. It means we have 8, then we had 12. Am I right or not? So can I write this one? 8 is smaller than this term, 10 minus 2 sine x, and this 10 to minus 2 sine x is smaller than 12. Yes, this expression and this expression are same. So I will divide both sides by 3. So it is 8 by 3 is smaller, 10 minus 2 sine x by 3, and 12 by 3. Am I right? Yes. 8 by 3 is 8 by 3 is smaller. Instead of this term, can I put a? Yes. 10 minus 2 sine x by 3 is a, and it is smaller than 12 by 3. It is 4. Am I right? 8 by 3, it is something 2.6, I think. 2.6 is smaller than a than 4. Now what does it mean? It means a varies from 2.6 up to 4. It is 2.6 and it is 4. It includes 4. Also it includes 2.6 and between them. Now a varies from 2.6 up to 4, but I need a which is included in integer number. Now from 2.6 up to 4, what are the integer number? The integer number is, one is 3, the next one is 4. So a includes 3 and 4. Now what is the summation of a? 3 plus 4. 3 plus 4, it is 7. This is our answer. Write it please. I think it's easy. Question 12. Cosine 2x is equal to 2y plus 6. y includes integer number. What's the summation of the y? It is same like the question 11. Now, what do we know? We know that the range for any cosine of alpha is between positive 1 and negative 1. Am I right or not? Our alpha is 2x. So, cosine 2x is between positive 1 and negative 1. Now, but instead of cosine 2x, you can put 2y plus 6 between positive 1 and negative 1. Am I right? Yes. Now, we have to solve this one for y, and we have to find the summation for the y. Now, you have to put 6 to the right side and also to the left side. Minus 1 minus 6, 2y. And this one is plus 1 minus 6. Minus 1 minus 6 is minus 7. It's smaller than 2y. Smaller than 1 minus 6 is 5. Now, divide both sides by 2. So, you will have minus 7 divided by 2. Am I right? Yes. Y, and this one is minus 5 divided by 2. What is minus 7 divided by 2? This is minus 3.5. And y, and this one is minus 2.5. Whenever you want to write inequalities, just in left side you have to put the smaller. I think 3.5 minus 3.5 is smaller than minus 2.5. Now, what does it mean? It means this is minus 3.5 and this one is minus 2.5. Here we have 0. Am I right? Here we have, for example, minus 1, minus 2, like this one, and minus 2.5, minus 3. Here we have minus 3, minus 3.5, and minus 4. Now, this y varies from minus 3.5 up to minus 2.5. Is smaller than minus 3.5 and greater than minus 3.5. Now, y should include integer number. What are the integer numbers between minus 3.5 and minus 2.5? I think it is y includes minus 3. Now, how many solutions for y we have? I think it's 1. What's the summation of this one? It's its own self. So the answer should be minus 3. Question number 13. If x is equal to minus 3 sine y plus 5 cosine x divided by 2, what is maximum fx and minimum fx? By the way, once again, question is related to the range or codomain of the sine and cosine. What do we know? We know sine of every angle. If this one is y, alpha, x, 2x, whatever, it is between positive 1 and negative 1. But we don't have sine y. We have minus 3 sine y or negative 3 sine y. If we have negative 3 sine y, so I have to multiply this inequality by negative 3. So this one is positive 3. This one is changed. It is minus 3 sine y, and it's also changed, and this one is minus 3. So what should we write? We can write this one also minus 3 is smaller than minus 3 sine y, smaller than positive 3. Am I right or not? Yes. This is our first inequality. Now second, we have 5 cosine x. What do you think? That cosine of every angle varies from negative 1 up to positive 1. But we have 5 cosine x. So I will multiply both sides by 5. This is minus or negative 5 cosine x, and this one is 1 times 5. It is 5. This is our second inequality. Now, our first inequality is minus 3 smaller than minus 3 sine y and plus 3. and this is our second inequality. Now in question we have the summation of both inequalities, so I will add 1 with second. So what do we have? Minus 3 minus 5 and minus 3, it is minus 8 or negative 8. Am I right or not? Yes. Minus or negative 3 sine y plus 5 cosine x. Now 5 and 3, it is 8. Now look, it seems like the question, but we should have 2 as a division in both of them. So I will divide all sides by 2. What we will find is minus 8 divided by 2 smaller than minus 3 sine y plus 5 cosine x divided by 2 and 8 divided by 2. Have I made any mistakes? I think no. Negative 8 divided by 2, it's negative 4. So negative 3 sine y plus 5 cosine x divided by 2 and 8 by 2, it is 4. Now what the question is, what do you think? This one is our fx. So negative 4, this is our fx, and positive 4. Now the question is maximum fx plus minimum fx. What maximum fx is? Maximum fx is 4. It includes 4. Plus what minimum fx is? Minimum fx is minus 4 or negative 4. 4 plus negative 4, it is 0. It's our answer. Write it please. Question 14. 3 pi by 4 is smaller than x. X is smaller than pi. What does it mean? X is our angle. 3 pi by 4, this means 135 degree is smaller than x and smaller than 180 degree. It means our angle varies from 135 up to 180. So it means our angle is in second quadrant. This is 90. This is 180 degree. Our angle is from 135 greater than this one and smaller than this one. It means second quadrant. Am I right? Yes. Now what this expression is, these are the answers. Can I write this one? 2 cotangent x plus 1 divided by sine square is cosec square of x. Yes. So we can write 2 cotangent x plus, instead of cosec square, can I write 1 plus cotangent square of x? Yeah, we can do. Now if I arrange this expression, so you will have cotangent square plus 2 cotangent x plus 1. Can I write? Yes. If we want to find the factor of this one, the factor is cotangent square plus 1 whole square. If you want to expand this one, cotangent square, 2 cotangent x times 1 is 2 cotangent and 1 square is 1. Now if I want to cancel this one, this expression also, it means cotangent x plus 1. This statement and this statement, they are same. In here, one thing we have to find, this one is that our x is between this one. It means in second quadrant. In second quadrant, our expression should be what? Positive or negative? I think it should be negative. So negative cotangent x plus 1. Where did I find this negative? From this expression from here. So it is negative cotangent x, negative 1. Write it, please. Question 15. Sine 3x plus y is equal to cosine 6x minus 1. Now, what x is? By the way, how we can find the solution? One thing you know, that sine is equal with cosine in which degree? When 45 or pi by 4. There is no any angle in which sine and cosine are equals in numbers. Sine 45 root 2 by 2 and cosine 45 is also same, but except 45 there is no any angle in which we have the equality of sine with the cosine. By the way, it means if sine 3x plus y and cosine 6x minus 1 are equal, so 3x plus y should be 45 degree. This is our first equation. And 6x minus 1, this one also should be 45 degree. Now we have two variable equations. If you want to add them, y is cancelled, 3x 6x, it's 9x, and this one is 90, so 90 degree. If you divide both sides by 9, your answer is 10 degree. Question 16. We have a triangle in which these two sides are equal. Am I right or not? Yes. Now, sine A is given 3 by 5. Now, what tangent C is? We know one thing. We cannot define the trigonometric ratios except in right angle triangle. Now, it is not a right angle triangle. If sine A is given, so this angle should be in a right angle triangle. What do I mean? I mean that this one is our triangle. In here we have A, we have B, and we have C. This side with this side, they are equal, but it is not a right angle triangle. So I will draw a perpendicular line on this side. Am I right or not? Yes, it is a perpendicular line. Now, if I draw this line, you will have a name for this one, D. Now, A, D, and B. This triangle, it is a right angle triangle. This side is 5. Am I right? Yes. Now, what sine A is? Sine A is opposite divided by hypotenuse. Am I right? For A, this is our opposite. For A, this is our opposite. So it should be what? 3. 3 by 5. This is 3. And this is our right angle. Right angle. In right angle, this side is our hypotenuse. If this one is our hypotenuse, now what this side is? This is adjacent. Adjacent, I think it is 4. According to Pythagoras theorem. This square of these two is equal to square of this one. So if this one is 5 and this one is 3, so it is 4. Now, what do you think for this one? I think it's 1. Why? Because this side with this side, they are equal. If this one is 5 and up to here it's 4, so it should be 1. Yeah. So if sine A is 3 by 5. Now, what do you think for tangent C? First, C angle should be in a right angle triangle. C angle, this is in a right angle triangle. Why? This angle is also a right angle. If this one is a right angle, our C is inside BDC. inside BDC triangle. Now inside BDC triangle, what tangent C is? Tangent C is opposite divided by adjacent. Opposite divided by what? Adjacent. So for C, what is opposite? It's 3. Tangent C is, it's 3. What is adjacent? Adjacent, I think it is 1. This one is hypotenuse. Why? Because it's located right before the right angle triangle. Am I right? Yes. So this is our adjacent 1. So 3 by 1, it is 3. Write it, please. A very simple question in here we have a triangle ABC, which is a right angle triangle. And here one angle is given 30 degree. But the question is cotangent DAB and DAB, which is once again a right angle triangle, what the cotangent of this angle is. In order to define the trigonometric ratios, we have to know the sides of the triangle. Now, what do you think in ABC triangle? If I define tangent 30 degree, what this one is? Tangent 30 degree, it is, I think, 1 divided by root 3. In question, it is given that CD is equal to BD. Can I write this one 2 divided by 2 root 3? Yes, we can do. It means this is 2, this one is 2, opposite side for 30 degree, it is 2, and this side, it is 2 root 3, or we can write this one root 3, root 3, root 3 with root 3, it is 2 root 3. So we have found, what did we found? We found that the adjacent is root 3 root 3, it means 2 root 3, and the opposite side is 2. So in ABD or DAB, in here, if we want to define cotangent of DAB, the cotangent of DAB, this angle, it's located here. What the cotangent of this one is? This one is adjacent divided by opposite. So 2 divided by root 3. This is our answer. Write it, please. Question 18. ABCD, it's a square. What is cosine of alpha is? This side, B up to E and E up to D, they are same. One thing you know, if you want to define every trigonometric ratios, then it should be located, must be located 100% in a right angle triangle. So alpha is not located in a right angle triangle, but if we make a perpendicular line here, this one, so alpha is located in EAE, this one is F. It is a right angle triangle. Now we can define, but in here what the difficult is, the problem is that in alpha triangle we have to know all the sides. What this side is, we don't know. What this side is, we don't know. What this side is, we don't know. If you don't know the sides of the triangle, you cannot define the trigonometric ratios. But one thing we know, that in a square all sides are equal. If this one is A, this one is also A, this side is A, but this side is A by 2 and this one is A by 2. If this one is A by 2, this is also A by 2, and this side with this side, they are equal. If this one is A, this one is A by 2. So what this one is, according to Pythagoras theorem, we can name this one X. So A by 2 square plus a square, it is equal to x square. So x square is, it is a square by 4 plus a square, and if you simplify this one, it is 5a square by 4. Am I right? Yes. Now take root side on both sides, so you will have root 5a by 2. Now if you want to define cosine of alpha, it is adjacent divided by hypotenuse. Am I right? Yes. Cosine alpha. What is adjacent for alpha? It is a by 2. What is hypotenuse? This one is x, which is root 5a by 2. This is cancelled. The answer is 1 divided by root 5. Write it, please. Question 19. A very tricky question we have. A, B, C, it's a triangle. Now, what cosine A plus cosine B plus C and cosine A plus B plus C is? It's a very simple but tricky question. What do we know? That the inside angle of every triangle, it is 180. Am I right or not? Yes. And we can write, instead of B plus C, 180 minus A. Or instead of 180, we can write pi minus A. Am I right? Yes. So we will have cosine A is cosine A plus, instead of cosine B plus C, I will define all the angles in terms of A. Now instead of B plus C, can I write pi minus A? Yes. Cosine pi minus A plus cosine, and instead of A plus B plus C, we can write 180 degree. Am I right? Yes. So you will have cosine A plus cosine pi minus A. It is cosine A, but in which quadrant? I think in second quadrant. Pi minus some angle. So second quadrant. In second quadrant, cosine is negative. Plus, and instead of cosine 180, it is minus 1. Am I right? Yes. This cosine A with this minus cosine A, it is cancelled. So positive times minus 1, it is negative 1. Write it, please. Last question for this lecture. X plus y is pi by 2. Sine x plus sine y, cosine x plus cosine y. What the answer is? We know that we have two variables. Where two variables, it will be very difficult. We have to change this one to one variable. What do I mean? I mean that if I have x plus y pi divided by 2, can I write this one that y is equal pi divided by 2 minus x? Yes. We have to put x to the right side. Now I will take sine. It would be sine y is sine pi by 2 minus x, and this one is sine changed to cosine of x. It is first quadrant. Pi by 2 divided some angle, it is in first quadrant. If this one is in first quadrant, so the sign for the sine, it is plus. Am I right? It means instead of sine y, you can write cosine x. Instead of what? Instead of sine y, we can write cosine x. Second, for this one statement, y is equal pi by 2 minus x, can I take the cosine on both sides? Yes, we can do cosine y, cosine pi by 2 minus x. So cosine y is equal to cosine pi by 2 minus some angle. It changes to sine. Cosine changed to sine x. And the alpha is located in the first quadrant. So the sign for the cosine, it will be positive. It means instead of cosine y, you can write sine x, and instead of sine y, you can write cosine x. Our statement is sine x plus sine y divided by cosine x plus cosine y. So sine x is sine x plus, instead of sine y, we can write cosine x divided by, am I right? Yes. Cosine x is cosine x plus, instead of cosine y, you can write sine x. Now what do you think? Both are same, so we can cancel. The answer would be 1. Write it, please. By the way, it was our 6th lecture on chapter 2. Please, if you haven't still subscribed my channel, then click on the subscription button, please, and share our videos with your all friends. See you. Goodbye. Allah Hafiz.